Hey everybody, welcome back to the Purpose Department podcast. So excited to have you guys back today, and we have an awesome guest on today. So Dad, do you want to introduce him?
Yes, I do. So good to see you, man.
Yeah, it's great.
Today's a big day. You just finished
school,
your freshman year of high school.
Finally.
Oh, congrats, man.
Thank you.
Congrats.
Yeah. And so glad to have you, Chidi Okeke. Man, dude, bro, I said it correctly, right?
Yeah.
Dude, I was working on it too. I was like, I didn't want to mess it up, but so glad to have you here. And we had the privilege with one of my people that I know, Tracy Cowan and stuff like that. You got to be on her pod, and we were talking. I was like, we got to get you on here. I'd love to kind of dive in a little bit more and hear a little bit more about kind of what's happening for you now and different things there. But bro, really good to have you. It's a hot one today, so I just appreciate you coming out.
Man, I'm always, it's good to be alive, man.
Heck yeah, so good to be alive. So, but before we dive into our conversation, Jaden has something that he does, and I'll let him talk to you, and then you go from there.
Okay, so every single episode, I start off with a hypothetical question, just something that gets you thinking, gets people engaged, right? So I have two for you today. You can choose to answer both of them or just one of them. Okay. So the first one is, if you had 60 seconds with your 10-year-old self, what would you say to your 10-year-old self?
60 seconds?
Yeah, 60 seconds. And then if you could relive 1 year of your life, but you can't change anything, what year of your life are you going to go and relive?
That's crazy. 60 seconds, 10 years old.
Yeah.
Wow. That's tough.
Yeah.
You pulled a deep one today. Sometimes he goes deep, and then sometimes he goes real fun, real surface. So,
because I was, to answer the question, so I was thinking as a 10-year-old, I don't really have much of scale of preference in things I want to do in life at that age. So it's gonna be tough to say. But I would say,
I mean, you're 20, you're 28 now, right? Yeah. So what if right in your later teen years, so 15, when everything was picking up? Too,
because
I mean, just having because I didn't came from a rich family.
Yeah,
you know what I mean. It was a big struggle growing up.
Yeah,
we have to use most of the things that my parents bought for me for a long time before they buy another one. So I don't even smell any good new stuff coming in sometimes in birthdays.
Yeah.
The typical celebration of birthday in American families, everybody cake and everything, but it was never like that. I grew up in the village. So I wish when I came to America, I realized that, damn, I wish I was celebrated like this back home. But I would say every birthday when I was 10 years old, I would want my birthday to be something big. Well, it's never been like that.
Okay.
So 1 year, if I can have the opportunity to relive, I would say, you say I don't have to change anything?
You cannot change anything. So you just get to
relive it all over again.
Okay. Man, my rookie year, man, in Miami Dolphins.
Ooh.
Yeah. That's, my rookie year with Miami Dolphins, man, it was a great experience. I was thinking, this is the best feeling ever I've ever had, being a professional, knowing that, I'm in the highest level of this sport. Yeah. There's no any other league after NFL. I'm like, wow, I'm in the roster. This is crazy. So that whole year feels like I don't know. I feel like I'm in a dream for the whole year. So that year, 2019.
Okay, cool.
Yes.
Yeah, because now you went to, so where were you going to college then at that point when you got drafted?
Where did I went to college? Mm-hmm. So I went to two colleges anyway. So first one, I went to LSU for 2 years. So after that, I transferred out to Tennessee State University.
Tennessee State, okay. Yeah. That way, so you could start.
So, I'd be a starter. So because LSU, I wasn't a starter, but I played enough game. But I feel like, my work ethic and everything, I deserve to be a starter. That's how I was thinking then. Mm-hmm. But I made the big move by deciding to transfer to another school. But it worked out very well. I went over there, grinded, and become a starter for 2 years.
Yeah.
So after that, made the way for myself to go to the NFL. So
yeah. So part of your NFL journey, I mean, I know a good amount of your story from before. I know our listeners and stuff don't, and Jaden even hasn't, because you were just talking. Well, did you watch that one? And I was like, he was trying to finish up school.
Yeah.
But tell us so where you're from, and then I knew you had a whole bunch of siblings.
A lot. We almost have like a complete like a soccer football
A starting lineup for a soccer team, right? Yeah,
we're 9.
Yeah.
So
Oh
have
wait,
two-
yeah, that is close.
yeah, we have two more. My parents will make it up. We'll make it a
That's
full
awesome.
soccer team or football team.
yeah. Now, where are you originally from then?
Oh, I'm from Nigeria, West Africa, from the Igbo tribe. Let me go deeper. Igbo tribe.
Yeah.
That's where I'm from.
I love it. And you guys, and the one thing I really admire about your ethnicity and your tribe and stuff you're from, like, dude, you guys, the joy you guys have, the dance.
Oh, it's part of the culture, man.
Yeah.
You know how here in America, I feel like every city, every neighborhood have a basketball court.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Park, LA Fitness, people balling every time. So in my village where I'm from is dancing, playing soccer, running around, doing all this kind of stuff. It's something that we do for hobby.
Yeah.
Dancing is definitely a thing.
Yeah.
In Africa, yeah.
Yeah, no, that's such a cool, so cool. And then it's also a super different aspect from here in America. And I've talked to people that have gone over to Africa, gone over to Nigeria, and they're like, I don't know what was going on over there, but it was so cool. And it's just, it's so different. And I feel like everybody should get a chance to go out there and experience just how people all around the world live differently.
Oh, yeah, of course, definitely. Because it's totally different. Because if you don't do all those traveling, sometimes you will never know. You know what I mean? And it's good to know. I know some people, not everybody have is financially buoyant enough to travel anywhere they want to. You know what I mean? But if you have the opportunity to travel, I don't think there is no harm in going to another country that you don't know anything about and just want to experience the culture and everything. Yeah. Because me coming from Nigeria, like moving here, I can tell the both world is different, man. Yeah. You know what I mean? I was like, man, I thank God for it too, because it makes me have more general understanding about life and things. You know what I mean? Because if you've been in one place all your life, I mean, ain't nothing wrong with it, but like sometimes if you travel another place, maybe traveling is good, but if you live there too, it's part of it, it's good too. But traveling to other places help a lot, to learn how people, like how to be able to like interact with people, because there's much life here or in other countries, in continents, than in America. You know what I mean? Yeah. There's a lot of life outside America,
Yeah, I've always wanted to, I would have loved to, to have that financial freedom to travel and pick up and go wherever you want. Yeah. But I know for me, whenever I've think about traveling, a lot of my traveling that I've gotten to do to different places of the world was always actually more along the lines of going there, but not to just sightsee, but to actually serve and be a part of a purpose, or to go and do something. And so that, in essence, really helped open my eyes to understand how big the world really is, to understand how special different cultures can be and how they see and value each other. Yep. Right. And so just knowing a little bit about what you shared before and kind of what your culture and your tribe and different things and what you bring to the table, man, there's just something very magnetic about it. Like,
yeah, man. It's like you said, like it's all based on culture and upbringing. The way people do things. So in Nigeria, we take our culture serious. Everything we do, we're so proud of our culture. That's why, most people, I don't know, because me, I like to represent where I'm from. There's nothing wrong with where you're from. I'm from here. You know what I mean? So, but most people and I understand the reason why it is sometimes, because I have a little stereotype when I moved to America, right? Because I still have an accent, but my accent then was stronger than this right now. You know what I mean? So back in school then, so when I talk, people be like, man, you're not even speaking English. But they hear what I'm saying though, but it just, it's weird how
just
he
doesn't
sound.
register sometimes.
And most people like that's why I said traveling is good. Most people will think that okay, because you speak English with an accent, that means you're not smart enough because of the sound.
Oh wow.
You know what I mean? So which I understand. That's how in high school that's how they see it because the kids they never know anything yet. So when they see somebody with an accent, so they'll be like, oh man, automatically you just degrade the person in your mind. You know what I mean? It happens. It's just but it's never like that. It's all about like people have their languages, so they're not gonna always sound like American. Although they can still speak English, but they will speak the English with their accent where I'm from. So, like for example, like when I was in LSU, most of our professors in over there back then, like it's an Indian professor, they have an accent, but they are doctors and everything like so. But when you hear them talk, they still have their accent, but they're full of knowledge though. It's all about when you pay attention to listen to what he or she is saying, you're like, oh, this person is smarter than everybody in this whole school. But based on the accent, so some people will judge you.
Yeah.
But when they started like, it happened to me in school sometimes. Like there's a time in one of my sociology class in LSU that one time. So and also there's a typical stereotype about football players. We don't take school serious. We always be in the side, in the back of the class,
That's how movies portray it.
Yeah. But it's totally wrong,
Yeah.
So that class, that period. So I was the only one that scored the highest point in midterm test.
Okay.
In that particular time. I don't forget that. So and we have like almost like 50 to 60 students in that particular class.
Wow.
So today the professor was like, "Oh wow, do you know that there's only one person that actually scored perfect score in this midterm, and that person is somebody that you never ever thought in your life." Everybody was like, "Who's that?" So you guys gonna know very soon. So she started like sharing all our books, all our like exam sheets. So he said the last person that when he calls your name, you come pick up your script. So he said the last person that will come over here to pick up their stuff is the person that scored the most highest points in this midterm.
Wow.
So I didn't even know I had a perfect score because it was a multiple choice exam, but I really studied it, and so at the end of the day, I was the last person that came out. Nobody believed it. The dude with an accent, he's smart. I'm like, well, I don't know what you guys think. I mean, I came from Nigeria. Is a British colony, right? So we speak English.
Yeah,
English is our second language. So our school system. We use British system of education, like everything we have an accent, I have my, so that's why it come across weird for people that don't know, so, but when I went to college, like it's different. People started like, they don't judge anymore, but in high school, everybody's young, nobody travels.
Yeah, exactly.
So I kind of understand the reason why anybody in that level will think like that.
Yeah.
But in college, it's different. Everybody understand you're smart,
Yeah.
So.
Yeah. It's cool.
It's crazy.
Yeah. So, how did you deal with those like stereotypes? Because I know that everybody gets stereotyped at one point in their life, but how did you deal with it, like personally?
Honestly, I mean, there's no perfect way to deal with all this stuff because I mean, the reason why I can be able to like deal with it is it goes back to where I'm from. How we were raised. We pick on each other a lot. You know what I mean? We pick on each other a lot. So, even my siblings too, they be, hey, Chidi, come here. Go over there, go get me this. Come back again. I'm like, they keep telling me to do stuff because I have 8 older siblings. So I don't rest. So, but like, and
you have no freedoms.
When I tell them I'm tired, they don't care. They be like, go over there, go get that. If you don't, you're not gonna eat dinner today. I'm telling you. So they kind of like, make you, although you're going to eat dinner, but they're going to frustrate you a little bit.
Yeah.
So when they do that, they're building your character, but you don't know. You hate them so much that period, but like, but they're building your character. So when I came to America, right, and I experienced that, the reason why it wasn't a big of a deal is because people that's doing that is people in my class, my age mate. So it was nothing to me.
Yeah.
I would be more concerned if it was a coach or teacher in my school doing that more often. I would be like, oh man, it would be more. But my classmates, teammates, I don't care. I don't see them as any threat in any shape or form.
Such a good way to look at it.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Yes, exactly.
Yeah.
So I was like, when they do that, they expect that reaction. So in America here, when someone talk to you in a certain way, there's something they don't normally say. They're like, "Oh, you're gonna let that guy talk to you like that? Come on, man, that's crazy."
Yeah.
So whenever they do that, I'm like, "Yeah, I mean, it's fine. I'm good." They look at you, you know, I'm like, "Damn, this guy is weird. You're not gonna do nothing."
Yeah.
I'm like, "What you want me to do?" You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So, but like, I mean, they think, "Oh, okay, he's from Africa. He's soft or he's scared," but it's all wrong. It's just how I was raised. Like, you know, we just, you know, taught to, you know, keep calm and just be there, man.
It's crazy how we do have, based on people's looks, based on their accents, based on even their history of where they're from, and all these different things, how we can almost put these labels or these preconceived ideas of, well, now there's a difference between me and this person. I've got the upper hand.
Yeah.
When in reality, right, what happens is, you know, we're all truly special and unique and intelligent, but we've got to step beyond some of the labels that even culture sometimes would say that this is, you know, that you can separate yourself and make yourself feel better, when in reality, when you spend time with people and you really get to know them, there is no separation, but there's actually more things that bring us together.
Exactly.
You know?
Yeah.
And so I love you just sharing that, man, and thinking about how, I mean, anytime, even it's like, even with bullying and different things like that, where people will want to do certain things so that they get the reaction.
Yes, of course.
And then it's like you're adding more fuel to the fire. So
Yeah,
if you keep reacting and how they want you to react, but then you diffuse it when you don't react.
Man, honestly, it's tough though. Honestly, it's tough not to react.
Yeah.
Because we are human beings. Like, you know, somebody your age, you know, trying to like frustrate you, but you know that. I mean, I have every right in the world to fight the person because we are the same age, same class. It doesn't matter. But for me personally, I always pause for some reason. I always pause and think.
Yeah.
I was like, okay, it's just my upbringing. My mom always told me that. It was like, hey, you know, when you go over there, you know, I'm not there anymore. Your siblings are not there to caution you. Nobody's there to like look at what you're doing and everything. You're there by yourself, and nobody will parent you the way we're parenting you over here. And also, it's a different culture. Know that whatever how you react over there, they might see it different. And also, you might not get away with whatever you did that time. You might get away with it in Nigeria because, you know, this is where you're from. You know how, but over there, so, and they'll throw you in jail over there one day. You're not gonna, man. As a kid, at 16 years old, I'm like, damn, this is true, man. Like, this is not like I have to, like, you know, don't react too much. Although it hurts, but like, you will know, you know, my mom was like, you will know like the reason why you keep quiet right now. In the future, you will know the reason why this is the best option that you chose that moment. It hurts though, but like you can do it. So the just like people in the military, like, you know, they train every day. Well, it's not like there's war going on tomorrow. So they're capable of going to war anytime, but they still don't do it. You know what I mean? But they have all it takes to do it. So in my mind, so that time, like whenever my teammates trying to play that mind game, trying to get you mad, you know, everything.
Yeah.
I don't, you know, I was like, oh my God. Do you know how many fights I've been in my village? No, for real.
Yeah.
Do you know how many fights I've been in my village when we play soccer? And somebody scored, they'd be like, oh, it's not a goal. I'm like, it's a goal. Like, before you know it, start fighting. Oh, but it's over. Today's match is over. Everybody go home. Telling you, man, they will lift the goalposts, throw it away. Everybody will start fighting, man. I'm telling you. So, when I remember all that, I'm like, oh, but if I close my eyes and open, but you're not in Nigeria anymore. This is totally different. If you act like that, oh, they're gonna think you're weird, you crazy, you
no
like,
joke.
They're probably gonna take your scholarship away or send you back to Nigeria. So I was so scared of all those stuff, you know. I don't want to react, don't want my feelings to, like, you know, get in the way. But, you know, the only thing though, you know, it's beside not saying nothing or reacting, but the only thing that's left is whoever that was talking or doing whatever they're doing, they're not gonna touch me though. That's the only thing. You know, they can do all that stuff, but don't touch me. Don't
don't lay hands on me.
Don't come close or lay hands. So you can do all that. I'm like, okay, it's fine, you won. But when you do that, don't mistakenly touch me or maybe your saliva touched me a little bit by mistake. That's when I was like, okay, I don't care where I'm at anymore.
Yeah.
But that's how I've been keeping cool all this time. But it's not easy, man. It's not.
Yeah.
It's not easy.
I wish that more people would kind of have that mentality.
Yeah.
Because, I mean, if everybody had that mentality, that would be like miracle, like dream. But
No,
if
life's
more,
not going to be good if everybody have that mentality.
Yeah. But I mean, if more people had that mentality, there would be less fighting. There'd be less just, you said this, you said that. Like, now we're not friends anymore. Like, we can't do this. Like, I can't agree with you. I can't talk to you. It would be a nicer world to live in if everybody kind of had that mentality of like, you know what you say doesn't really matter because I know that you're just trying to get a reaction out of me. Yeah. And I feel like it's very important to realize whenever someone's trying to get a reaction out of you, or whenever someone's just genuinely trying to like get at you. So no, I really like that. Just ignore it because it's not worth giving the reaction.
Exactly.
So no, that's really good though.
Now, with that being said, though, you're coming from Nigeria, and I remember before you even got to American football, you were doing soccer and basketball.
Yeah.
And so it was almost kind of by a freak of just happenstance, like nature, like something just happened. It was like, hey, we need to have you try out for football. and so you had the learning curve.
Yeah.
So not only were you getting those types of responses for people to try and see what would come out of you, because of the language, because of the culture, because of where you're from, but now you're on the football field, learning a new game that you didn't grow up playing.
Yeah.
Tough.
And I know that there had to have been times, so not even just your teammates, but then like even with coaches and stuff like that. Like, what was that journey like, and how you were being coached?
Oh yeah.
So, like I said, before, my high school coach is, play a vital role in my football life in the beginning. He built a strong foundation for me from the start when I came to America. So he's that kind of a tough. I mean, there's no soft football coach anyway. Let's begin with. So there's no, because football is a hard sport. So like you can get hurt. So it's never something you would be over there. They will pamper you. No. So, but my coach, Coach Mike Tonsil.
Yeah.
He the discipline and the things that he did for me kind of like reminds me of how I was raised, because in Nigerian mentality, so Nigerian family, so where I'm from, in my town, in my village, there's how we grew up. So we don't whenever you do something great, I mean, they will celebrate you like, hey, good job, but it's not something they will make you. They were not going to celebrate so much to make you feel like, okay, I'm the guy now. You know what I mean? They don't do that.
Oh, you know. Okay. They don't make you get cocky. That's
so for example, let's say, oh, the school is over. This semester is over, and I'm the first guy, number one guy in the class.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So for example, in a Nigerian family, you come back home, in the class that you have 45 students, right? And you're like the third best student after the semester. So I'm telling you how Nigerian family household thinks. So when you come back home, you're like, oh, my dad will be like, hey, let me see your report card. I'm like, okay, yeah. And I was happy for him to see, oh, the third place. He was like, oh, okay, you're third, okay, good. Oh, go give me my food in the kitchen, just like that, right? I will go and bring the food in the kitchen. Even me that gave him my report card, I'm not expecting, oh, let's go to Disney. You know what I mean?
Right.
I already know, and it's cool. I'm not even mad. It's just how we're raised. That's how we think. Yeah. So when I come back, he was like, when I dropped the food, he was like, you can do better, right? I'm like, well, I think 30 is good enough. He was like, the number one guy in your class, right? Does he have two heads? That's what they're gonna say.
Wow.
They were like, I'm telling you, man. I'm telling you, we don't have time for depression in Africa. There's no depression. People will say, what is that?
Oh, man.
Dude.
That's great.
Upbringing. I'm telling you,
yeah.
That's why I was like, I came here when I was 16 by myself, no family, no relation. Like, how do you lead here? I'm like, it's just my upbringing, man. I don't even know how to teach it.
Yeah.
But I can tell you how we think. That's all. You know, I can't change. But my dad was like, okay, the first guy in the class. I mean, he doesn't have two heads, so maybe next semester, you know, be the first.
Dang.
I'm telling you. And you go to your room and be thinking about it for some reason, because it's your environment, how you were raised. When you go to your room, you're thinking about it. I'm like, it's true though. And you start making yourself mad a little bit. Like you're like, what, that guy, number one, like what does he have I don't have? It start boiling up. Before you know it, next semester he's like, okay, let me do this. Maybe you end up becoming the first in that particular class. And then you come back home again and be like, oh yeah, now we're talking. Now we're talking. It was okay. The gifts that I'm expecting too, maybe in Nigerian family, just my tribe though, like you know, my village, what my dad normally do for him, the way for him to like, you know, give me a thumbs up, like, hey, out boy, like all those kind of stuff, like he will, after eating his dinner, he will remain some food for me with a lot of meats, like a lot of like protein. I'm like, hey, come and take this plate, you know, finish the food over there. It's a big, huge. I was like, okay, yeah, thank you. I will just take it home. I mean, take it to the kitchen, finish the food. I'm like, you know, my brothers were like, hey, what is that? Oh man, he give you all this food with the meats and everything. Damn, man, you're lucky, man. And I'm grateful more than anybody that goes to Disney World here.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So it's all about way upbringing.
Yeah.
So that mentality when I came to America, so even when I was, you know, whenever I achieved something, people be like, oh my God, do you know what you just did? I'm like, what is that? Man, you ranked number one in this, you know? I'm like, oh, okay, that's cool. But why you not, like, they're looking at me like I'm weird. I'm like, I'm happy though, but like, it's not, okay, I feel like I'm doing things that I should do as human.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Because, but, I mean, that's how I see it. So I don't know, it's crazy.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, it's definitely a matter of perspective.
Yeah.
You know, and how you frame it. So, I mean, first off, when you were sharing earlier, even like what your mom told you, I'm like, man, that's some. Moms are just wise.
Yeah.
Period. And then hearing your dad say,
oh, my dad is the main guy.
Yeah.
But my mom is not all the way that. Okay, she's nurturing though. Soft a little bit, but she's the kind of a. I mean, she disciplined me. My dad disciplined me, both of them. But who disciplined the most is my dad.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So you know those scenario where, just a typical. Okay, let me just say. I always like to compare because living in America and coming from Nigeria is. I always trying to compare things when I'm confused. I'm like, okay, here, okay. Like for example, normally once in a while I see some, you know, dads can be like, you know, hey, go to your room, and you're not gonna like, you know, say it twice.
Yeah.
The kid will go over there. So my dad is typically that kind of person. He doesn't even need to talk. He will just look at me. I already know what's the deal.
Oh yeah.
You know what I mean? I already know what is the deal, man.
Yeah.
I swear. I'm telling you, he was like, just okay. I know what but my mom, I have to waste time for her to really get mad and you know, now, and she'll come over there with a stick, come over there to hit me. You know what I mean? That's what I know. Oh, okay, this is serious now. Let me. But my dad, sometimes he will just clear his throat. That's all.
Yeah.
That's all. I'm silent. I'm like,
Yeah.
Man,
all right, Jaden.
crazy,
So next
man.
time,
I'm telling you, man. Like you just. I mean, it's crazy that the kind of tough love, just tough love, like we have over there. Like
I feel like that's like the best kind of love, though.
I'm telling
like,
you, man.
If it's way too like mushy gushy or like helicopter, or just I don't know. There's so many other things you can describe it as. Like you're not gonna succeed in life if you've had everything just given to you.
Exactly. That's why most of the rich people always commit suicide. Their kids, they can't deal with basic discomfort in life. You know, everybody in this whole world have something that is bothering them.
Yeah.
There's nobody that figure it out. Even it doesn't matter how rich. It's like money doesn't even make you happy anyway. But what I'm saying is, it's just mental, man. Like, you know, upbringing and everything. Because over there back home, like I give you an example. The last time I say like when like here in America, whenever a kid needed like a new school bag, the parents by like, oh, okay, let me go get my son or my daughter the school bag, because I don't want her to feel like, my parents don't have money to do that, or oh wow, I'm left alone. All my friends have this new bag and all this kind of stuff. So the parents will be forced to go get it so that their kids will be happy, all those kind of stuff, which is cool. They think, I mean, for the most part, it's cool, but where I'm from, it's not like that. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So my dad, like I said, my dad would take me to the market where they sell the shoes or the book bag. Tell me, okay, go grab it. I will go over there and grab it. It was like, put it on. I put it on. Do you like it? You're like, put it back. Go home without buying it.
Wow.
He does that. I'm like, I'm telling you, he does that. I'm like, why is he doing this though?
Yeah.
Man, I ain't gonna lie to you. Honestly, if I was raised differently, that is not like that, I can't be what everybody think I am today in America. Like everybody, you know, everywhere I go, every team I played, every coach that coached me, have something positive to say about me, you know, which it makes me happy, honestly. Because I know in my mind, I'm like, man, it's just like 2 doors. I can choose to like go to the doors that I've actually end my career, or can go to the door that I will still be successful, but I will be, you know, dodging obstacles and will still be successful no matter what.
Yeah.
But like I was like, man, if not how I was raised though, man, there's no way I would be Chidi Okeke. You know, anybody knows. Because I might be frustrated when someone says something I don't like. I will fight the person or do something that will, you know, they will take my scholarship, something like that, or something that will put me in trouble. So that being able to like, you know, sink in and take insults, take, you know, criticism, you know, all this kind of stuff. Knowing that sometimes, you know, football, like when they're coaching you, coaches coach you, they don't talk to you like their son or their best friend. No, it's business. You know what I mean? Although they like you though, but it's business.
Yeah.
So you have to like take, it's just word. To a point I started understanding it is, this is just a word though. It doesn't mean nothing. I choose, you know, I'm the one that choose to like understand it however I want to understand it. You know what I mean? But it's just a word.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So because the reason why I started knowing that, okay, words can just word is when I was in high school, nobody ever, my classmates, my teammates, they'd be like, man, you're from Africa, man. The football is not for you. You guys good at playing soccer and everything, but like this is American sport. This is our stuff. You know what I mean? So you African, man, I'm sorry. I'm telling you, I'm like, damn. When I go home, I'm like thinking, I think they're right though. Like, that's crazy. Like, man, I will never get this, man. Especially when they're calling plays and talking about football, the terminology they use, man, it feels like rocket science. I'm like, God, man, like, oh man. I started missing home. I'm like, man, I'd rather go home and start playing go play my soccer, man. I'm like, this is crazy.
Yeah.
So it was kind of like, you know, overwhelming and frustrating, you know, at the same time. So to a point that, like, you know, my first 6 weeks in America, man, I was like, I almost called my coach and be like, hey, I want to go back to Nigeria, man. I can't do this. But when I remember, like, you know, the way I came here, like, how my family, like, have to, like, my mom has to hustle to get my flight money when I got my scholarship, all those hassle. I'm like, you know what? She's going to have a heart attack to see you just come back in less than 2 months. Yeah. What did you do? You know what I mean? So when I think about that, like, you know, I was just, okay, you know what? I'm here. I'm praying to be here. I like United States. You know, we watch every country admire America. You know what I mean? Everybody want to come here. We watch NBA games on TV. Sometimes, you know, music, movies, all those kind of stuff. America is is a country that people look up to. So, and I loved it. But when I'm here, I'm like, damn, I'm in my dream country. Why am I still feeling like this? I'm like, just focus and calm down and do what you came here to do. You'll be good. Yeah. So I started distracting myself, telling myself, man, you know, life here is easy. I keep telling myself, life here is easy. Don't think about it. You have a worse experience going up more than this. Like, there's something. What are you going? You're not going to anything. Yeah. Like, you go to school, yellow bus will come pick you up to school and drop you back in your house. Have you ever had that kind of privilege in Nigeria? No. You walk 5 miles down and back.
Yeah.
So, you know what I mean? Even at that 5 miles down and back, I still want to go do it because I'm used to it already. Like, it's something I know.
Yeah.
But like here, it's easier. Like, look everywhere. Like, you know, everybody have cell phone, Wi-Fi, internet. You can Google anything you want. You can search any. I'm like, damn. I started comparing both. Yeah. So I started thinking, okay. I started seeing the reason why I have to stay. You know what I mean? Because you know, I have to do that research in my brain to be able to like calm myself down. Because I mean, I don't have, you know, my family physically over here, helping me. I have to like, you know, do it myself. And also my family, I mean, they give you advice, my siblings, but they don't live here to know how America works. So they have to, okay, be nice to people. Don't do this, don't do that. Always, that's all they can say. I mean, but I took all that stuff, you know, me that lives here, so I know how to like, you know, do things, but I listen to their, I mean, the advice and everything, but it's tough, man.
Yeah, what I guess what really kind of sticks to me, stands out to me, Chidi, is that, you know, part of your upbringing, part of the things that you learned, your story, all of those things, and then you get here. And I think this is what, for all of us, we face this, because we all face obstacles. We all face challenges, whether it be by people's words or their thoughts or actions towards us, or even just sometimes what life may throw your way.
Yeah, of course.
But when those things happen, deep down inside, we are still responsible, and we still have the opportunity to allow or to choose how much weight we want to apply to those things. Are they actually really heavy? They can be heavy for a moment, but if we sit in them and now we allow the weight to crush us and we remove our power, we remove the ability that we have as individuals and the inner strength, you know, then it cripples us. And so I love hearing you talk about how you felt the pressures, you felt the weights. There was the tension and the struggle, but yet you removed it of its power in a lot of ways because of making right choices, because of knowing that, you know, those first 6 weeks, 2 months here in the States, those could have completely crushed you if you sat in it. But you chose otherwise. You chose to remove it, to say, no, I can. You know, and I think for so many of us, no matter what age we are, as you get older, like, you know, I'm 42 and I still have my moments with different things, but it's like, do I want to sit in those moments and be crushed by it? Or can I remember that, hey, that was only just an hour of my day that tried to rob me of the other 23. You know? And so it's like those 2 months, they could have robbed you for the rest of your life, but they didn't.
So, it's like I'm saying, like, you know, when you, if I came from, like a rich family, I guess, or if, you know, if I was in a different scenario, a situation back home where my family is financially stable, I can easily quit. That's another thing too. I can easily, okay, you know what? Let me fly back home. But the fact that my mom have to hustle and just gather money, sell some of her belongings to gather money to fly me out here. So when I think about all that, I'm like, man,
the cost.
Oh, man, I was like, no, there's no way, man. So I have to, I force myself to distract that doubt in my head by action, not just sitting, doing something about something. And one thing, you know, the funny thing, I was telling my friends this, you know, lately, I was telling my friend, you know, every problem in this life have a solution. You know, honestly, every problem, you know, I'm telling you, every problem in this life have a solution, but, and some of the solution to our problem, we know the solution, but it's hard to do it. You know what I mean? So, for example, because whenever I tell people that, like, what do you mean? I'm like, I use my life as an example. So normally, like, whatever you want to be, okay, whatever you're thinking you want to be in the future, like you want to invent stuff, you know, so I know we always have like things that bother us that we know in the future, like, oh man, I think I can do this. You know, there's something that that I feel like you can be able to do, right? So you keep telling yourself, man, I can be able to do this. You believe in it. So when you believe in it, although that goal might seems unachievable because it's so big, of course it got to be big too. You know what I mean? It's got to be big, because if it's not, like, it's nothing. So I always, for some reason, like, I always tell them, like, man, I always dream, like, 10 years old, and I always think, for some reason, I'm gonna be in front of camera one day. You know, have an interview, you know, like all those kind of stuff. When I see LeBron James, all those guys, Michael Jordan, I'm like, man, I think I would do this, man. But I was thinking it's gonna be through soccer. You know, because I was good at soccer. So I was thinking, okay, maybe one day I will go to England or Germany to play professional soccer because I was good at it. So I always try and like, sometimes I will be standing in front of the mirror, talking to myself, doing an interview. My mom would be like, walk past me and be like, oh my God, this guy is going insane. Something is wrong somewhere. They'd be like, oh my God, do you have malaria? Go take some medicine or something. Like something is wrong with you. But people, most time when you have all those kind of thinking and delusion, people will be like looking at you like, man, this guy is stupid. Or maybe even you that is doing it, if you don't take it serious. But God is showing you something about your future or who you are, but you don't know. So I keep doing that all the time. So when I say there's always solution to every problem. So when I start seeing myself as a superstar, like somebody that's going to play sports or be in the highest level. So when you start seeing yourself, walk like you are, that stuff, although nobody's seeing it, you're just by yourself, but act like you're already doing it. Yeah. I hear a lot of people say that, and I believe it because this is what I did. I'm like, damn, this is crazy. Yeah. Like this world, they always have one solution to things. Everything every problem have a solution. So I always think like that. I walk like that. I started like doing things that will lead me to that thing I'm thinking about. Started doing things that will lead me to that thing I'm thinking about. So by like I told you, like I started like telling my mom, hey, I need a basketball. I need you to buy me a basketball, and also I need you to buy me a basketball outfit too and sneakers. My mom was like, for what? Like, we live in a village. Like, who's gonna watch you? Like, are you crazy? Yeah. It's not like I live in a big city in Nigeria where people play basketball with the ball. I live in, like Mississippi kind of village, I'm telling you. Yeah. So my mom looking at me like, okay, this guy, come on. And she doesn't even know anything about sports like that. So to her, it's like a waste of time. You know what I mean? So, but me though, in that small village, man, I still, I'm thinking my thought is so bright, but nobody can see it until you start doing something that relates to that. Before it's the law of nature for some reason. I don't know why. It's just not like I don't know why. I feel like that's how it is. When you start doing things that will get you to attract to that thing you want, by telling my mom, hey, buy me this, buy me that for basketball, I was disturbing her to a point like, okay, this guy is disturbing me too much. Okay, let me just go do this. Some of her friends will come and like, just buy him whatever he wants, man. You never know. Like, sports is good. But my mom will be like, nobody's going to watch him in this village. Like, why is he like this? He should go and study or go be a doctor or anything. Go be a good farmer, because we farm a lot too. So there's no way she believed anything good might come out from sports for me. Yeah. It might happen for other people. Okay, she hear about it, but like for her, she more focused on domestic work, making sure the goat is fed, all those kind of stuff. So, but me, I disturbed her. She finally bought me a basketball kits and everything. So I started bouncing the ball every day, like, because sometimes I watch NBA game, late night, I see basketball, like, I'm like, wow, this is crazy. I started playing, bouncing the ball, doing all those kind of stuff. Before you know it, I started asking her, hey, mom, can you construct me a basketball rim? Like, I want to, like, be able to, like, be shooting this ball, because I can't just be bouncing it. She'd be like, come on, man, I did enough. I was like, come on, like, I have to shoot the ball somewhere. I can't just be put. So I was like, how does the thing look like? I have to go draw the basketball rim, how it looks like. Just gotta have a net here, gotta be 10 foot. So with the help of my brother. So one of my brother, he likes sports, so he understand all those kind of stuff. So he told me, hey, yeah, man, mom, let's just put that thing over there. He will, that's good though. So he listened to that, my brother, more than I do. So he was like, okay, let's go do it. So, fast forward, they fixed it, like they made it, they brought it home. I started shooting over there every day. So I've been shooting in it. Sometimes she will be like complaining, oh, the sound of the ball is too much, man. Can you stop every day? All those kind of stuff. So, but I'll be shooting. I'll be envisioning myself shooting free throw. When I make it, I will go and touch my imaginary teammate. You know how you shoot free throw? Mm-hmm. Somebody will touch you, like, heck yeah, man. Set up again to shoot again. You know what I mean?
Yeah. I used to do that. I get fouled, man. I was like, all right, I got to go to the foul line,
So for real though, keep doing that. It started becoming something. Sometimes I'll even go to bed with my sneakers, basketball sneakers and shoes and the ball, hold it like this and fall asleep. It looks weird, but me only is the only one knows what I'm seeing when I close my eyes. You know what I mean?
So good.
You know what I mean? So that's what I'm saying. Whatever you think that you can be good at, you're not wrong, because anybody that is good at that stuff think the same way. They walk towards it. Yeah. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So for me to like, come from Nigeria at the age of 16 and come to America, I grew up playing soccer all my life, everything. But I came here to learn another sport from zero. Football 101 to my position, like, you know what I mean? To know it and learn it and understand it, to be able to play, be good at it, to, all those kind of stuff. It takes discipline and it takes, consistency, and also you got to trust yourself too.
Yeah.
Because I trust myself to a point that I was like, you know what? There is no way anything that has, because here, like I said, like, I feel like, oh man, they provide everything for y'all, like lunch. They bring lunch in school. Everybody eating lunch. Like, it doesn't matter. I'm like, damn, everything they provide, like, it's never like that where I'm from. You have to bring your own food or those kind of stuff. After school, you have to walk back home. And we used to wait though. So here, it was so easy. So I was telling myself, wait, like, life is so easy over here. I'm like, man, I'm about to be lazy, man. That's crazy. I don't like this feeling. You know what I mean? Like, I don't walk anymore. They just drop you off. So, which, so when I think about it, I was like, you know what? That means anything anything I do with these people, there's no way I'm gonna be the last. Yeah. It's either I'm gonna be the number one or I'm gonna be there at the top with them. Because I have them, like, mental toughness, I have the work ethic, I can survive in a crazy, moment in terms of, like, testing of character and everything. I can survive because my dad he prepped me a lot for moments like that,
Yeah.
So that's why, like, come over here, like, join football. It was crazy, man, because they're using all these words, everything. Like, I mean, man, I don't understand, man.
Yeah.
But what I do, what helped me a lot is, like, told myself, because I don't want to be laughed at. I don't want to be laughed at and everything. So, and I see how these guys can talk, they can bully you. I'm like, oh, you're African, you can't do this, you can't do that. For me to be able to stop that, what I told myself, you know what? I'm going to learn this game now.
Yeah.
I'm going to learn this and prove them wrong that I can do this. I'm not just a kid from Africa.
Yeah.
Because I was pissed. That's the only way. Instead of fighting, I'm like, you know what? Let me prove you wrong.
Yeah.
So when so anytime I'm in that football room learning things, I will be writing stuff down. Right? I don't care. I don't let anything slide. I don't let anything slide. So I will bother the coach. Hey, coach, what does this mean again? I will write it down so that whenever time he says it again, I'm not going to be like, what is this?
Right.
So that's what I was doing every day, studying, watching film, different kind of film. Ask questions, watch film. Sometimes I be in my room sometimes, wake up, my roommates think, he always think I'm crazy. I wake up like 2 a.m., go to the fridge to get water. From there, I would start, like, punching the fridge, like doing the drills. I swear to God.
Yeah.
Because of what I watched on YouTube just pop in my head. I'm like, okay, you got to do this way. Yeah. I'm like, in my mind, I must learn this shit. I must learn this. I must learn this. I must learn. So keep doing this every day. I say, kid, I don't have much distraction. I don't have anything that is I'm focusing more broadly.
You're really focused, yeah.
Man, that skyrocketed everything about me in sport, in football. Man, because I see that, because I'm like, when I pay attention, like, oh, wait, this word, when I call it again, I know the meaning. So the reason why, because when I coach use the same word, repeat it again, I'm like, whoa, this means this. Oh, and also they do this, they do what I thought it means. And it's like, it's real. Like, okay, wow, I know this now. I can never forget it. So it started making me feel happy. I want to know more. Every day I was disturbing coach, like, this boy.
He was hungry, baby. Yeah.
I'm telling you, boy. I started, like, writing stuff down. That's how I learned football. Watch tape. Okay, what does this mean? Where are we going? Why are they blocking this way? This is blocking this way. What's going on over here? Man, I will write it down because I don't want to miss it. Next time when I'm in it, I'm like, okay, wow, I was, doing the same thing they're doing. When I watch it on tape, see myself, I'm like, man, it's just the same. I'm like, this is crazy. So I will be smiling. Yeah. So that over there with my coach too, never want to see me soft at all. Yeah. Never, like, whenever we do conditioning, people throwing up and everything. Like I said in the other interview, it was like, hey, why are you tired? I'm like, because I'm tired just like anybody else. Yeah. It was like, no, you're African, man. You can't be tired. I'm like, Jesus. What does that mean, bro? Yeah. Like, it was like, man, I'm telling you, man, you ain't come all the way from Nigeria to come over here to be lazy.
Yeah.
No, nah, man, this is not you. Don't let other guys are doing it. You can see your friends doing it, but no, don't do it, man. They have
Yeah.
different life.
Yeah.
I mean, if they don't become successful in football, they can do something else. They are still American. They don't travel nowhere. This is their home. But you can't afford to be. You must be successful. You don't even have any plan B not to be successful. You must, because if you're not, it's your life. You're gonna suffer. So it's ringing in my brain every day. I'm like, no, 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 no. There's no way I will. Like, why should these people that doesn't even suffer enough the way I suffer be good at something more than me? No, that's a slap in the face. That's how I talk. I talk to myself like 10 people over here talking at the same time, but it's me talking to myself. I'm telling you.
I love it.
So
Yeah.
that, because I mean, that's the parents I have in my brain, and my thought is the only guardians and parents I have physically, because it's talking to myself. So so that competitive mindset, and also not giving up, learning things. I don't speak, I just learn, listen. Man, that played a huge role in my football life, man.
So just being passionate about what you want to do, and then also putting yourself in like the position that you want to be.
Yep.
Like, put yourself in the shoes of where you want to be. Just believe that you are that thing, and if you believe hard enough and you practice hard enough, then you'll ultimately become what you are striving to be. Yeah. That's so cool, because I mean, nowadays we can say like, oh hey, well, I want to do this when I get older, but it's like, well, you got to start preparing now.
Yeah.
You can't just expect to be automatically great at something. I mean, you can be good at something, but if you want to be the best, you have to really work for it. You have to just practice. And you have to walk and be hungry for it. Because if you're not hungry and you don't walk and you don't talk the talk, you don't walk the walk, you're going to ultimately fail because you didn't try hard enough.
Of course.
That's so good.
And for us as human beings, we're the only living creatures that can think of something, imagine something, and then actually make it happen.
Exactly.
Yeah. And so I think about all of the greats, the people that would classify the greats, right? How they were doing the mental practice, the dreams. For me, I think, right, any future is really attainable, but we have to go out and create it. So we dream it, we think it, we process it. And I loved hearing your story of you, even as a kid, starting out with just getting a ball and then having to create. Well, I've seen a basketball hoop, so that someone who hasn't seen it can now picture it. Yeah. And you still had to visualize it, but then now you had to carry it out through some steps that didn't always come easy to make it happen. I admire that, and I appreciate that about you, because I do think that is a skill that we're all capable of.
Yeah.
But for some of us, we don't push ourselves, or we don't give ourselves the actual permission to say like, heck yeah, you can.
Yeah, of course.
And so like, Chidi, for you, bro, going through, coming to, and then having your childhood experience, getting into football, getting drafted or assigned by the Dolphins, and then I know that story in itself is a whole nother thing. And we can get into, a little bit more, but I'd love to know, you were in the NFL for a little bit, and then you were even during the pandemic season, which it was even crazy.
Yeah, it's crazy, man.
How did you navigate, like, I guess, in all the things that have happened to have brought us here today? What's that drive for you now? What are the dreams and the things that you're picturing and you're thinking, and now, like, how is that driving you? Where is that leading you now?
So I take my life now, because the only way to like keep moving in life too is just to remember what you've done before.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So like I'm saying, like my goal in the nearest future is to be able to like go home in Africa and scout players, scout more Chidis.
Ooh, yeah.
You know what I mean? Because, things have changed over the 12 years or 13 years I've been here in football and everything. I've seen that, wow. So I can devote 13 years of my life, just 13 years to learn new skill and be good at it. And I'm done playing 13 years, just this for 13 years, and I know a lot about it. And it's not even it's not something my culture does. You know what I mean? Yeah. I came from totally different culture, and I came here and learned something totally different, and I was good at it in every level of it.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
So that makes me think that, wow, anything is possible. It doesn't matter, like, when I'm done playing football, any other thing, any other endeavor that I have to find myself in, I will still take the same thing I did in football and put it over there. So I'm planning, like I'm coaching now. I'm trying, hopefully by the, in the future, soon enough, I'll have more sponsor people that will sponsor me to, when I go to Nigeria, go recruit players for them, especially offensive line players, because there's talent where I'm from, man.
Yeah.
I'm telling you, there's talent where I'm from. If I can be able to be in the village and see my future, without knowing that, I know I will be great, but I don't know I'm going to be Tom Brady's teammate. I don't know I'm going to be Patrick Mahomes' teammate.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So it's possible, though.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So for me to be able to single-handedly dream it and work towards it and it happen, so now I know the secret of basically life like that, in that aspect, in terms of sports aspect. So, which I know where I'm from, there's people with a lot of talent, good physique for the sports. Whenever I'll be thinking now, I'm like, man, my village, my Nigeria, they have a lot, oh my God, a lot of NFL guys walking around. Just, it's so crazy. Yeah. So tell myself, in the near future, I want to be able to bring them over here. And also me that had the opportunity to learn the game and played it in highest level. So I'm certified enough to be able to tell somebody what to do, and they will do it and they'll become great at it because I lived it. You know what I mean? So I have more advantage of when I go over there, I can teach them with the language that we understand. All the struggling I have when I was learning the game, they don't have to go through that. Anybody that I'm working with, hey, this is this. I can even teach them football in my language. Although they speak English, the easy way for them to understand it, and tell them, hey, anytime you hear this, they mean this, but I will be speaking it in my language, they will understand it quicker than anything. Because that's how my brain is. It was fast enough, although, English is not something I just started speaking when I came to America. We were already speaking English, so it was easy for me to adapt, to learn things faster. But for guys learning new sports back home that are hungry, we are hungry in Nigeria, man. Because this is how we are raised, tough. So we are hungry. So whenever time anybody have an opportunity to get a scholarship to come here, everything paid for, oh my God, he's going to be successful. It doesn't matter. It doesn't matter. Yeah. I'm just telling you, only for sports. In other area of life, the best, surgeon, most immigrants that have been doing stuff here in America, Nigeria is always at the top. You know what I mean? So, but I feel like it's something that is inbuilt in us based on how we were raised. And our environment and everything, so tough upbringing. So you made us feel like we can do anything. That's why anytime you see any Nigerian, to be precise, they always it's not like the way it sounds like a bragging. This guy always bragging. No, he's serious. He can do it.
Confidence, man.
He's confident. Yeah. Because for you to be able to do something and be good at it, and people know you about it, that means you're confident.
Yeah.
Whatever you are taking to invent, create. Gotta be confident about it, talking to them, the in and out people, tell them, hey, if you do this, you're confident. That's why they listen to you and they're using it. Yeah. You know what I mean? So if you're over there and just be laughing and tell them, there's this thing out, they'll be like, okay.
Yeah.
That's how life works.
Yeah. Yeah.
So you gotta be confident on what you're saying and what you're doing and how you do it.
Yeah.
So that when people look at you, even though you're not confident, but your action though shows them that, okay, let's try, okay, let's give him a chance.
Yeah.
That's how somebody gave me a chance. They didn't know I'm gonna be all these things.
So I would say it has to be confidence, because if you think about arrogance or cockiness or pridefulness, it's, what does that do? It brings division. It separates you.
Yeah.
But when you're confident, you can see and bridge the gap and bring others with you because you know that there's something that's possible.
Yes.
Yeah.
So I love hearing you say that. And I guess, man, I mean, what is it going to take? Like, so you've been dreaming it, you've been thinking about it. Like, what's it going to take?
You know, to make more connection, to meet more people, to tell people your story, because the best resume of telling anybody that you want them to sponsor you to do some certain things is they want to hear. Like, for example, like you bring in a business idea to a rich man for him to be able to like, okay, can you donate, money for this, or can you invest in this? You have to tell them the reason why, like how it's worth his money. You know what I mean? You gotta
like where's the money going?
You know what I mean? They can't just okay, I will support you. Like, okay, I will invest in this. They want to hear if it's gonna be beneficial at all.
Yeah.
So for me, I'm not gonna. This is not something I type on the paper. Like, give him, okay, read this. This is my story. No, I'm gonna tell him like I'm a living proof of what I'm about to go start doing.
Wow.
I'm a living proof of it.
Like, yeah.
You know what I mean? There's nothing else. Oh, there's no conviction. Like I convince you. Like, okay, this is how. No, I'm me. Okay, I sound. With my accent. I'm not from here.
Yeah.
So me here sitting right here is a typical example of what I'm trying to tell you, that I need help. I want you to sponsor me if you can be able to. Like, what I'm trying to do is to, if schools in Orange County can be able to, like, you know what? Okay, can you be able to get us 1 lineman or 2 linemen from Nigeria? If you can be able to do it, if somebody can sponsor, it's easy. I can just go to Nigeria and do camp in Nigeria and see guys that can be able to come over here. It's easy. I didn't know, just.
I mean, what would it cost to even do a camp?
Yeah,
a camp in Nigeria.
I mean, it wouldn't cost a lot because based on the currency kind of thing, but like it's not gonna cost much because it's gonna be much. I'm not gonna just say one particular price like, okay, this is, but I know when the time comes, there's some people that can help more even in that Nigeria. Tell them what you about to do, they'll help you more organize more stuff. But it's not gonna cost as much thing. But the thing is, the only thing that is gonna be much thing that I have to figure out before we start the process is if I'm gonna bring any kid here, to make sure that they're gonna have like a foster home where they're gonna stay at.
Right.
That's the most important thing.
Yeah. So you need the right partnerships to build the right community.
Yes.
So that when they do come, they're not there because it's gonna take a village. So it's not just gonna be you.
Yeah.
There's got to be a support.
Yeah. The support I'm looking for is just if I can be able to like get kids from schools here in Orange County, like 2 players from this school, 2 players from this school. And also if they can have parents that are willing to like foster one of the kids, or if they have like a schoolhouse where they can stay, you know what I mean? Provide them with food, all those kinds. Because when my high school wasn't that fun, because I was staying in the schoolhouse. Sometimes I don't eat the way I want to eat, but it's tough. I don't want anybody to go through the same stuff, but I want it to be more organized, It's either the player I'm bringing here going to stay with somebody, or it's going to be a housing that is being taken care of, that they're going to stay over there. So my job as a scout that go over there to bring them is to, whenever they have free time, I'm going to be over there to coach them. I'm not going to be the personal coach. They can be going to other schools in different Orange County, but maybe every Saturday they will come together and work with them because I played the position.
Yeah,
because I'm targeting on bringing offensive linemen only. I might bring, defensive linemen too, because you can easily get it from Nigeria. Anybody walking on the street, you can go to the NFL. I'm telling you, for real.
Yeah. No,
they have a guy.
So
they have a guy in Chargers from Nigeria. Never went to. They're not just from there. They just bring him. He's in Chargers for 2 years now. He's making plays in.
Are you talking about the new guy on the Chargers?
Yeah, from Nigeria.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, he didn't play no football.
He didn't even know about
that's
it.
What I'm saying.
That was such a cool story.
That's what I'm saying. So you see how easy it is for him to just come over there without no experience, straight to NFL. Imagine bringing another 15-year-old or 16 years old, man.
Wow.
And it's I was telling myself, man, if I go to college right now in 2025 with the same stats I have in my senior year in high school, man, I want to be top recruits, man. I have a lot of money, man, for real. Because I was a 5-star recruit, number 2 tackle in the nation. Like, all those scholarships in the whole world. You know what I mean? So, I was like, man, I had this when they're not even paying in NIL, all those kind of stuff.
Right.
They don't used to pay college athletes. I achieve all this stuff. Now that I played the football, I know what it takes to get a scholarship. I know what it takes to be good at this particular stuff. Man, if I use that talent, knowledge, and help other younger guys that can trust me, and they will trust me knowing that, okay, I'm Nigerian. I have to trust this guy more than anybody.
Yeah.
I don't have anybody like that when I came here to trust, like the Nigerian guy that played the game that will tell you, okay, this is how this thing being done. Okay, this is how you do this. Oh, this is what this means. And I learned it from strangers. I learned all my stuff from strangers. So they have more advantage, man, to be able to have somebody like me.
I love it.
Than anybody else. So it's something like, it's gradually, I'm trying like, this is what I'm putting out there. Like, this is the only thing, to help young guys, to bring them over here. They're going to be a superstar, man. There's no proof if Nigerians can play football anymore. Because, why am I here talking about it if it's not possible?
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So that's my goal in the nearest future, man. Hopefully, keep doing what I'm doing. I create content on TikTok about offensive linemen, all those technique, building, helping all these kids the right way to do things, the right way to use your hands, your stance, all those kind of stuff that people struggle in college and professional. So I'm trying to help our young offensive linemen. People that be watching my stories, some of them in college too, they learn. So I played the whole level of stage of football, so I know what I'm talking about. So yeah, man, so I'm trying to do all that stuff. I posted some of that in my second Instagram too. So this is why I do that, to let people know that, okay, I have the knowledge enough to teach somebody else. Yeah. And my goal in life is to be able to go over there to bring players, not even to be a college football coach, NFL. I don't want to do that. One is to another hassle on his own. But I know the one I can be able to do, to bring a guy here, teach them the basics. When they go play, they will be successful immediately. Because it's all about the technique. I have to work on their technique. As I like this one. I like to work on with grassroots level. Yeah. Because if you get the foundation, other ones in college and NFL is just more mental. But but technique is the most important thing. Some guys can play, but they have horrible technique that they ended up not playing anymore, or ended up not being good enough. But technique was the thing that brought me where I am. Because if not for that, I would never be where I am today. Because I took technique serious. I practiced in the dark. I woke up 3 a.m., be kick sliding in my room, which is weird, Yeah. I would be kick sliding, punching stuff. But that's how I thought. That's how I just overnight start winning MVPs in every camps I go. Everybody like, who is this kid? Like, what? That's how it was happening. Something. But I was like, man, this is something I actually did for myself. And I know how the times I put in there, and it works. And it's paying off now. Like, everybody's looking at me like, one big kind of celebrity. Like, but it's just something I actually focus and work on myself. Anything is possible. So that's why I was like, man, that's going to be my even better story to tell than my football story. Because what I'm trying to do in the future, helping kids. Because I know if I start doing that anytime soon, in less than 7 years, I will have like 20 guys in the NFL. Yeah. It's easy. I have to say it's easy. I did it. Yeah. So, man, that's my future. That's my, something I'm trying to do. Because that goal is even more bigger than the goal I was dreaming for myself. So that phase has passed. So, but now that's where I'm focusing on right now. And still want to be inside football, because they say if you love something, I want to stick to something I know how to do the best. Yeah. So I try to do it properly, the right way, so it can help me in the future. So that's why I'm working so hard now to let people know that, okay, I'm capable of teaching somebody else that doesn't know this to know it, and they can be able to be useful for their team and everything. So now I can be able to go to Africa or any country and bring somebody and get him ready to play football. I can do it because I'm a living proof.
Yeah. Wow. It's so cool. I love that. That's giving people an opportunity that you got, but then also making it just better.
Yes.
Is so cool.
And the costs and what it took for your parents, what it took for even the coaches who believed in you, and then what it cost you of being here and what you've had to go through. You have the right heart, the right mental work ethic, the right foundation. Now you can build something that now a whole a whole group of people can stand on
Yeah.
and be springboarded and catapulted into their new future, their new opportunity.
Yeah.
Man, I love that.
So good.
And I'm drawn to that just because of your heart that's in it, and also the belief that you have, and not even just a belief, but the confidence, right?
Yeah, man, you have to, man. 'Cause
Yeah.
if, it's tough. It's tough.
Yeah.
Because for example, one more example is I never have my biological family watch my game live physically.
Wow.
With all those, oh my God, he played in college, played in NFL, but I never had my biological family, anybody from my family, be live, watch the game. So that one is another thing, that hurts the most, because after the game, I go hug my teammates' family. They're like, come eat dinner next week, come on. All those kind of stuff. But I still go, because that's the only family I can be able to see. But knowing that, damn, even your accomplishments, when I win MVP, all those kind of stuff, your family just send a picture, send it to them. They're like, oh, they don't know what it is. Oh, good job, keep working. They don't know what it is. I'm like, these people didn't even know what this thing means. They didn't know,
my gosh.
they know what it is, I'm going to LSU. They don't even know what it means, though.
What's a tiger? What's the LSU
yeah, that's
tiger?
what I'm saying.
Yeah.
I was like, even when I make it to the professional, I was like, I sent my family, my locker, my name and everything. They'd be like, yeah, man, this is the highest level of this game. I'm over there, man. Anything is possible. I was telling my mom, remember when you used to talk, oh, this guy, man, you must be delusional. Like, go feed the goat. But right now, I can't feed the goat anymore. I'm over here in the locker room.
Yeah, right now I'm playing as a Dolphin. That's what I am now. I ain't no goat. Yeah,
this is
or
crazy.
freaking. Well, you went to Tampa, right?
Yeah.
So you got to play with the goat. Yeah.
So that's what I'm saying. I'm playing
That's
with the
so
actual
awesome.
goat. That's the best way to put it.
Yeah.
So I'm like, no more feeding the goat. I'm actually with the real goats right now. It's
I'm
my
protecting the
teammates.
goat. I'm
I
protecting
swear
the
to
goat
God.
so he can
Yeah.
feed somebody else, baby. Oh my
That's
god.
crazy.
Man, that's awesome.
Yeah, man.
Yeah.
Dude, that's so good. And also another thing is, whenever you start bringing people over here, you can form a family with those people, so that they won't have to go through like what you felt not having your family here.
Yeah.
And
yeah.
like they create their own community. You create a community with all those people, and you just say like, yeah, you just have your family here.
Yeah.
And I feel like that's super healthy, and that will make people play better, that just make people feel better, because they'll
Exactly.
actually have someone to connect with.
Exactly.
That's
It'll make
so
him.
cool.
It'll just make him well-rounded and
Yeah.
stronger as an individual.
Yeah, man,
Right,
because
yeah.
it's always different. Like, cause I always see sometimes some games, some practice, go to the locker room, you see players see their dad waiting in the front of the locker room door, talking to their son, like, hey man, good game, man, good game. Just it doesn't matter. You can have a penalty. Just next play. Don't worry about it. It happens. So those kind of motivation. Whenever I have anything similar to that, I don't have all that stuff.
Yeah.
I don't have, just anytime I have all those kind of criticisms, whenever we come back the next day to watch film, coach will be critiquing everybody like, hey, what are you doing over here? Look at this, So
Yeah.
that's how my criticism, but that soft criticism about, oh man, you're doing well, just next time you're gonna get it well. Like, but my criticism is still gonna be inside film room with
Yeah.
critics, like crazy critics from your coach. Offensive in football, right? The most toughest coaches in the positions in football is offensive line coach.
Yeah.
I don't care what anybody say in football. Anybody can prove me wrong in this one.
No.
I mean, all the coaches are tough. They can say tough stuff. Everybody can. But
Yeah.
offensive lineman coach is the most toughest
Yeah.
of all coaches.
Yeah.
It doesn't matter. It's just they are meant to the way they think. There's not any other position that have that kind of hype.
Yeah.
But offensive linemen, coaches, is different, man. It's different.
Well, it's the fact that as for an offensive line, you're worrying about you're focusing on two things. One, you're building a wall
Yep.
that needs to be strong.
Yep.
or if you're going for a running play, now it's like now you're the aggressor.
Yeah.
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 You
Yeah.
and there's no other position that in football where you've got to be able to
Do the both thing.
do both at the same time.
mean,
And so
yeah.
I get it. I love it, man. We're big football fans, and And the team that we love, like their strongest part of their game, their team is the line.
Yeah.
You know, and so and there's something that is built in the trenches, and it's not the physical, it's the mental.
Exactly. So it's another offensive linemen teach you a lot of things about life.
Yeah.
Just playing the game, we teach you a lot of things about life. Offensive lineman is offensive line is just like, it's all about treating things gently, caution, paying attention to details. And, it's all about angles, and you have to, there's a lot of details in offensive lineman. Because people that doesn't understand football, they will just see, oh, you guys are always blocking every time. Like, what are you guys doing?
Yeah.
When I hear it, I'm like, oh, okay, they don't understand. I
Like
get
you
it.
don't get it.
Yeah, I feel like, on TV, I feel like you guys doing the same thing over again. I'm like, no. It looks like that, but there's tons
so
of stuff
much
we do.
Stuff in it.
Footwork in different places. We have different footwork in different places, but because of it snap the ball, it happens fast. You don't know, but it's so detailed, man.
Yeah.
It's so detailed. That's the easy. Oh man, it's not easy.
Yeah.
I'm telling you, it's the most toughest. Because going up against somebody that is 300 pounds or 280 defensive end.
Yeah.
Blocking them, go head to head every play. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And they're bringing everything. They're bringing everything for you. They're swiping. They're bull rushing. They're all of it.
And in the offensive lineman culture room, the 5 starters gonna stay in the game till the game is over. There is no way they're gonna sub them. You're gonna finish take the whole 90 snaps of the game, right? The only time somebody can, okay, let's substitute this guy. Maybe somebody got hurt. You know what I mean? Or somebody's messing up the plays, you're not locked in, or too many penalties. They can take somebody out, which it doesn't happen all the time. Yeah. But for the most part, same guy. They don't care how tired you are. You're going to stay in the game throughout the whole game. It's the mental. But defensive line, they can change players. Linebackers, they can change them. Safeties, corners, they can change somebody else.
They even rotate and they rotate.
You know what I mean? But offensive lineman, you're gonna be there. You don't care how
stay
tired
exactly where you are.
That's mental. I'm telling you, that's the most toughest position in football. I don't care what anybody says.
It's also the most important because you're protecting
the quarterback.
You're protecting the quarterback. You're protecting the running back. You're
selling things.
Everybody, yeah.
Because that's what I'm saying. Like without offensive linemen, there will never be.
How would football
Hall
even
of Fame
work?
wide receiver. There will never be Hall of Fame quarterback. There will never be Hall of Fame running
backs. Yeah.
That's what I'm saying, because who's making way? Like, who's creating lanes for you?
Who's parting the sea, baby?
It's so clear that without them, like, football is not a 9-7 game. It's not like a flag football. Everybody know. But if you want to play real football, offensive lineman blocks. Yeah. You know what I mean? So without their block, Shaquan Barkley, all those guys that everybody, there is no way you can run through that gap.
No. Yeah.
You're gonna get sandwiched over there by the line.
Yeah.
But you gotta every play, make way. Like, it doesn't care how man, fourth quarter, you're dying, it's 98 degrees, 102. Yeah. You over there hydrating, man. People don't, man, I thank God for football. Like, experiencing that kind of hard stuff, especially for offensive linemen. Yeah. Man, there's nothing I'm scared of, man. I played offensive lineman. That's why I told myself, there's no new tax, new environment that would be like, oh, okay, are you going to be overwhelmed? I'm like, no, man, I'm an offensive lineman. Like, there's nothing. There's nothing. Awesome. I'm telling you, man, it builds your character, man. Just like being in the military. Yeah. It's even tougher than military. Military don't do nothing. No, I'm telling you. I'm not saying
it's so good. I know. No, we get you. Yeah.
In terms of doing physical stuff, putting yourself every play, head banging, man. No, they don't do that in the army or navy.
That's good though.
They do conditioning in the army and navy. That's all they do, which is cool. But the actual practice, the actual game is tough. Yeah, it's tough. You can hurt yourself forever in practice. You can get paralyzed depending on how you get hit. Yeah. So football is not a joke, You can't compare that with any sport.
Football is war. That's
I'm
what
telling
it is.
you. Sometimes I thank God I'm offensive lineman. I don't want to be a running back or wide receiver. I don't want to take that hit. Never. No, hell no.
Not the way the guys are coming nowadays, man. They're way too fast.
Lineman and D lineman. Yeah. I can do that.
Now, what about? I mean, how did you? One of the things that I always it makes me cringe when I'm watching. Yeah. as the lineman, you guys are setting up the line, building the wall, or you're helping for the running game. But it's the fact of like those blind side when nothing like seeing a big man
come out of nowhere.
Fall down because somebody, and majority of the time it's a teammate.
Oh,
hitting
man,
behind the legs.
That's what happened to me when I was in Tampa. That's how, I lost my job in Tampa because it's in practice though. We in practice. I got my in practice, not even in the actual game.
Yeah.
So we practicing. So we running outside zone, running to the left.
Yeah.
So when you watch football, when they run the ball, sometimes you see they have a traffic. Everybody fall on top of each other. This kind of stuff.
Yeah.
The play is dead. All this kind of stuff. Yeah, that scenario was what's going on in practice when I was in Tampa. So we were running the game to the left. So we have that traffic. Everybody started falling, and this D tackle guy, Vida Vey.
Dude, that's a big boy.
Yeah.
Dude.
Oh wait.
360.
Dude, his hair though was. I mean, his. But he's a big boy.
6'4", 350, so athletic. But he fell on my ankle, my poor ankle. Man, I heard the snap. I heard the pop. Man, it sounds like a firework. Man, I ain't gonna lie to you. I heard it so loud. I was like, God. That's when I know. Oh my God. Oh, I'm gonna get cut. There's no way.
Wow.
Oh my God. I'm not a franchise player yet. I'm not big contract guy. But for this to happen to me, I'm trying to make the team and everything. Oh my God. I was that moment. Whenever I remember that moment, man, it hurts the most.
Yeah.
Because I was like this to being the guy in Tampa, man. Because I was working my ass off, man. Because I take it so serious. I came in there, I was destroying everybody. I was like, because I was a free agent. I was, it was crazy. They signed me during that training camp. I was so happy. I was walking everybody. I was blocking everybody. I don't let nobody pass me.
Yeah.
Everybody was like, who's this dude? The GM came up when we have a break. He was like, man, I want to let you know, man, you're the best off-season addition that we had this year.
Wow.
I was like, man, I was sweating, but it doesn't, nobody know. Everybody's sweating, but I have some tears dropping in my eye. I'm like, wow, this is crazy. The GM telling me this stuff. But the funny one that happened too is whenever we have training camp, we have a break because it's hot,
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
So we go inside like a bubble, where they put like a fan to cool everybody off. So I remember one of the time we're doing our offensive lineman drill. We're going doing like one-on-one drill, and I was killing everybody over there, man. I was like, this guy, who is this dude? So after that, when we go to rest, so Tom Brady was standing in front of that bubble, in front of the door. So everybody's going in there to go cool off. So when I was going in there, so I didn't know that this man was watching me all this while. Man, that was the crazy story. Every time I always tell my friends about that. So when I was trying to walk into the bubble, he grabbed my arm. He's like, hey, come here. I'm like, hey, man, good job, man. I see you grinding over there, man. I see you. Your punch is good, man. Your set, your knee bend, everything is perfect, man. Man, keep grinding, man. I see you, man. Keep grinding. I'm like, I appreciate you, big bro. So I appreciate you, big bro. But in my mind, I'm like, there is no way Tom Brady was giving me correction, and not even correction. He's giving me a compliment.
Yeah, he's giving you props.
I'm like,
man.
oh my God. I'm like, oh, you know what? It's over with. So for real, I was shocked, man, because this man was like telling me, hey man, good job, man. I see what you're doing over there. Keep grinding, man. You have a nice punch, your knee bend. I'm like, your technique is good. I'm like, this coming from Tom Brady. There's no way. Honestly, when I was like, thank you, big bro. It's fine. I'm gonna keep grinding. So when I went inside the bubble, I was trying to catch my breath because I was so tired, man. And I hit my knees on the ground. So I was drinking water, but I started crying, man. I ain't gonna lie to you.
Yeah.
But because you're sweating and everything. Nobody knows you are crying.
Right.
But I was there, I'm like, man, this is the best quarterback in the whole world. Telling me this stuff.
Yeah.
I mean, I did just do a little bit time travel. I traveled back when I was staying back home in my village. I'm like, who would ever know that I was ever gonna be this man's teammate? I used to see Aaron Rodgers jersey. Yeah. People that come from America, you wear Rodgers. I'm like, oh, his football jersey is big. That's a big football jersey. This jersey is weird. Yeah. But I always, just like whenever we played against, when I was a Chief, played against the Green Bay Packers.
Yeah.
So after the game, I saw Aaron Rodgers. I'm like, man, I was shaking his hand. We took a picture and everything. I was like, wow, man, I used to see this man's jersey. There's no way I would think fast forward 10
That
years
you're on
later,
the field.
I will be over there. And if that's crazy, I'm like, this world, what's going on in this world? You know what I mean?
Yeah.
But it's really something that every time, like, I want to feel down in life, I have to remember, like, you literally did this. You thought it in your head, walk towards it. It becomes something physical. People know that you did this. And it's going to live with me forever. Like, I played this game, I did this, I have a proof for that.
Yeah.
So whenever I'm trying to feel down, sometimes, honestly, know what I do sometimes? Whenever I want to feel down about other things I want to do that is not football, what I do is I'll go back on YouTube and I start watching my tape. Watching my football games and everything. I was like, oh, I'm the one. This is me. This is the same me that did that. After watching my tape, if you go to my search history, I swear to God, it's all about me. I ain't gonna lie to you. So it's gonna remind myself, like, okay, you've done this thing that is so hard before. Easy.
Yeah.
So why are you tripping about it? Anything else you can do. This is even more. Football is harder because you're confused about learning stuff and everything, and you have to use your body physically. Well, now you don't do all that. All you have to do is just believe in it. Your brain. You have to use your brain now, like stronger, more in your brain instead of football thing, like stronger in your. So I'm like, I can do it. You know what I mean? So I guess I'm saying, like, I feel like everything in this life we have solution to every problem.
Yeah.
That's why I always so confident to tell people, yeah, I can do this, I can achieve this. It doesn't matter. So, because if I can be able to learn football and play it in every level and be good at it, not just I smelled it, I was good at it, I played, I think I can be able to do anything.
Yeah.
So also, I took another challenge for myself because now I'm done playing. I'm trying to, lose weight.
Yeah.
All the weights that I was playing with 320 pounds.
Wow.
So right now, I'm, change my diet and work out every day.
Yeah.
I'm down to 280.
280, what's your goal?
250.
Dude.
Yeah, I'm trying to be 250.
Oh my gosh, you
Going from
250,
320
I'm scared.
I'm trying to be 250 or 240. I want to be like, not like, I'm trying to be like shred. I want to be cut.
No, you're gonna,
I want to tell another story because it's part of me. Like, because it's something hard to lose weight too. When you do it, people be like, oh my God, like, how do you do this? Same way they ask me about football. How do you learn? Oh my God, I use the same thing. Like, you know what? I got to lose this weight too. I got to be in the best shape of my life. It's still the same thing. Like, I have to still have that mind of an athlete.
Yeah.
Because that's the only thing I know that whenever I have turn down mode of an athlete, things become easier. I become more happier than to just think about my problems, think, I'm not playing football anymore. I'm not being competitive anymore. I'm like, no, I work out every day. So I'm like, no, I have to do it.
Yeah.
Doing things that you don't want to do is the things that be helping me all this time. I ain't gonna lie.
Yeah.
So I think I found, the problem, the solution to most of the things because we all know what to do. Just like, are you willing to do it?
Yeah.
So.
Dude, so good.
Chidi, bro. We're gonna actually have to hang out again. More than just doing the pod. I'd love to hang with you again. And and the stuff that you dropped today, and I'll finish it up.
Yeah.
The stuff that you dropped today for us, dude, is I don't want to say it's gold, but it's really life changing, and it's permission.
Yeah.
Because it's confidence that we all can do it, and so. For those of you guys who are watching, listening, man, I pray that you really got some amazing stuff out of this today, and because it definitely did some stuff in my own heart.
Yeah. There's meat in this episode.
Yeah,
there's real things to take away from it.
Yeah. So. For you guys watching, once again, let us know what you thought in the comments. Go ahead and give Chidi a follow. We've got all of his handles. Everything's already been on the show, and I want to encourage you guys to do that. And we're definitely going to get behind this guy to see what things can come to pass. So, bro, dude, I love having you on the Purpose Department, man.
This is fun to be here, man. I like, I like to share my story, man. Yeah. I know people in life, I feel like people need motivation.
Yeah.
I've seen so many times that I watched what somebody said.
Yeah.
Like David Goggins, those kind of people, like the way he talks. I'm like, man, this is the only way I can be able to achieve this. I have to do this thing, man. So I feel like you know, I will use my testimony, the things I've did in the past to motivate people too, because this is what life is.
Yeah, it's all about us sharing our stories, sharing our wins, our losses, so that we can ultimately help each other rise. And so
just keep pushing.
Yeah. So thanks, guys, for joining us on the Purpose Department. Until next time, God bless. Take care.